Yo, it's Eric, and I want to show off a Darius build guide, advanced build guide that I think would work very well in this meta. So I'm also going to demonstrate how you should properly play the Darius laning phase and everything. So right here I'm 1-1, and the point of this build, you just go your classic Darius runes and everything, but the point of this build is to become an unkillable monster with utility and basically no way to be stopped. So here I rush boots because Vigar, but what you usually want to do is after your first back, you want to build towards whichever defensive side of ZZ Rot you need. So if you're going against someone who does more magic damage, you want to get the 720 gold magic resist item, but if you need more armor, then you go the 1080 armor item that gives you the passive when you walk by towers. You get movement speed. You want to get that instead, and then after that you want to get boots and whatever else you can buy. But the point of this lane is you just want to get your items and make it out of the laning phase with this tower destroyed and this one still standing. That's what matters. And I feel as though that when you play Darius and you're building Black Cleaver and building towards Phage, it's a lot more unlikely to win a 1v2 unless you play it perfectly. So this is a more forgiving build because you still have the same runes, you still will do basically the same amount of damage, just the laning phase is going to be a little bit harder because a lot of people are a lot more used to having Phage around like 8 minutes. So you won't be doing as much damage to creeps, but you'll have a lot more sustain in the laning phase. So I'm gonna skip ahead to about right. Alright, I'm still in the lane. So you see I'm against Vigar, so I bought the Negatron cloak, and I was able to also get a cloth armor. I bought a pot, and the point, you kill people when you can. Like, you can play aggressive when you can, but you don't want to play so aggressive to the point where you're gonna get ganked or you're gonna die because you miscalculated the trade or you were just playing blindlessly aggressive. You want to play more reserved here, but I was cutting him off from the CS because I was like, oh, he's just stacking because, you know, Vigar Q, he stacks and does more damage, and this guy was actually going to tank Vigar. So I was like, the more he stacks, the more damage he's going to do, so I need to cut him off from the wave. So in scenarios like this, it's fine to play aggressive. Just make sure you're warding. I usually like to keep pinks in this one and the blue trinket in this bush, or vice versa, depending on if they check this bush. So if they don't check this bush, pink ward this bush, but if they do check this bush and have wards in this bush, pink ward this bush, or pink ward right here, or pink ward their blue if you can, or blue ward. Warding, vision, having control of the top lane is very important. But and when you can't do anything in your lane, you definitely want to get wards on the map when you can and roam whenever you can. Very important. Because now I know Vigar, or Ivor on his blue side, so he goes to that gang. They can win that because I'm there. So they go in for that. I'm right here for it. TF dies. And I just go right back to top lane. After you get a successful gank, there's no point in pushing in the tower early game. You just need to go back to lane, get that CS, back after 1 or 2 waves, get your items, and get back to lane. Start the laning process again. No reason to stay there. Yes, I could have helped him. However, he shouldn't have been still pushing up. He should have just backed, but he didn't die, so it really doesn't matter. And since Vigar's mid, I'm punishing him for rotating when he didn't even get anything. So I'm pushing this up. He's still sitting mid for some reason. Yeah, and then he turns back around to get this wave. But this is more worth for me than him getting this wave because I'm going to do a lot more damage to his turret. So he starts to walk back over. I don't know why he didn't use his plant. So I knew he was coming. I'm not really that scared of him, so I play aggressive, go for a dive. I meant to W right there. If I W'd right there, I definitely would have killed him. Like if I pull auto W, I knew I wasn't going to die here from his ult, so that's why I went for the dive. And unfortunately, he leveled up, so I didn't get the kill. And this is just straight overextending, or overstaying. There's no reason for me to be here, even though, you know, I knew he wasn't going to hit me because my minions were at least... there was at least 2 bodies between me, so I knew he couldn't Q me, and I knew he wasn't going to land a W or an E. But I'm back here. I have TP, so I'm not really afraid of where the lane is, so I don't try to push this out to reset the wave. And plus, this is good for me because it's pushing towards my tower. BTPs, or ITP. I actually shouldn't have TP'd here. I should have walked back to lane. I wouldn't have missed that much. But at this point in the laning phase, it's 12 minutes. I have like 98 CS. I already have full boots, and if I didn't buy boots, I would have a full ZZ Rot, so I could start pushing the wave a lot more. For ZZ Rot, you want to put it about right here or here. Right here is a lot better, because if someone tries to come up and take it, so if Vygar tries to take the ZZ Rot, I can engage on him and punish him for trying to do something. That was just a dumb trade I went for, but he missed like 2 or 3 minions off of that, so I guess it's worth. And I knew Ivern was on top side. But yeah, ZZ Rot is also okay in this bush, but, you know, I mean, I prefer it right here because you can't do the thing where you put the ZZ Rot in your tower anymore and just let it push the wave for you. You now have to like put it close to the tower to siege. So, yeah. So, the next upcoming item that you want to get is actually Quicksilver, not Quicksilver Sash, Mercurial Scimitar. And the reason for that is because you can use the passive lifesteal, the AD from Lack of Black Cleaver, and most importantly, the active and the magic resist against AP heavy teams. So it's a very good item. If they have any CC on their team, you can just QSS it and continue your rampage. Because sometimes getting CC'd is the stretch between getting that penta. So sometimes the QSS will help. And like I said, it's more sustained from the lifesteal, and if you're doing well in lane, the items aren't too costly. You just buy the Quicksilver Sash last, or opt for it as the first item. And then after that item, you either... Okay, so this is going to be a good bit of information, but you either want... Sorry, brain fart. You either want Steric's Gauge, Warmogs, or Frozen Mallet. And the reason being is because you go Warmogs, or you go, what's that other item? Spirit Visage. If you need more magic resist after 2 magic resist items to get Spirit Visage, and it'll give you the CDR you need, and I believe it procs the extra heal on your Q because of its passive. Warmogs because you can use it for the HP, it's the healing passive, and the cooldown reduction from Kindle Gem. Both of those situations you rush Kindle Gem because your build has no CDR. Every Darius build has CDR, except for this one early game. But if you play the lane right, you don't really need the CDR. The CDR is a lot nicer for when you're getting ganked. It makes those 1v2 ganks a lot more possible, but I'm going for more sustained trades, longer trades, than more you hit 5 stacks and you hit them with 2 things and then kill them type of trades. It's more like, you know, kills are nice, but you don't need kills to win the lane, is what I'm trying to make this build. You're building for late game. So you see here I got my pickaxe, and this is for my Vamp Scepter. But I end up selling pots for the Quicksilver Sash anyways, and I use it. I actually use it many times this game, just from Vygar alone. Sometimes TF as well. So it's actually very useful. More importantly, the third item is where you really start to fly off, because it's where you get your big numbers in health, or your cooldown reduction, or something like that. But for Warmogs and Spirit Visage, always rush Kindle Gem because you need that CDR. I get a free kill there. Don't even need to use R. Because he can't do anything. I already have so much magic resist, and I'm about to get a Quicksilver Sash to deny his E. And then for last items, you want to go Randuin's if they have crit heavy, Dead Man's Blade if you need more of a gap closer, Guardian's Angel if you just need to live and you need more damage still. Because sometimes it's just nice to carry with that damage on Darius.
Sometimes I need 3 touchdowns.
But as you can see, I just, you know, that was like 3 or 4 tower shots, and because of the armor from ZZ Rot, I took a lot less damage than I should have. You know, if I was going Black Cleaver, you know, I'd be about 1/4 health, maybe a little bit over, but it's a good amount of health. I can make a lot more plays. Pick up that free kill. But yeah, aggressiveness is good when you're ahead on Darius. I'm definitely pretty ahead, 4-1 at 17 minutes. Ran down the lane because I got ZZ Rock finally. Pushed down the turret. My bot lane was also doing well this game, so it went pretty well. Skip ahead, like right here. So, you know, actually let me go back because I want to show you I use success here. So yeah, I saw he was going for gold card. Those that I QSS it. Still don't catch him here because, you know, TF goes fast, I guess. Kind of sucks. I went to the bush to see if I can cancel him from throwing it, but it just didn't work. Either way, going for that was dumb because, oh, that's unlucky. If I was right here, I could have got him. But, yeah. I go around here to catch the wave, and then I conveniently noticed TF was running this way, so I just put him down. So we go for Herald, blah, blah, blah. Herald is killed. Pretty sure I go for blue here, or I just back. Yeah, I back. No. Try to kill Vigar and fuck up my QSS. You left your minion. Just fucking back. But 5-1, you know, doing pretty well. Do I go to help mid here? No, I go for blue. Yeah, I could have went mid and got a bunch of kills, but I wanted the blue buffs for the CDR and the mana regen because I like having my mana on Darius. I want to go a more mana-oriented build, but it's really hard to find a good mana build because you'll never find. I feel as though that there's no reliable way to get magic resist and mana for Darius. You can't really have both. But I was just there to pick up the kill. I think that ult him for the 5 stack so I can take that tower a lot easier. I noticed ZZ Rot was out. Probably should have just saved ARP when I actually needed it, but you know, my cooldowns aren't looking that bad. Yeah, that's about it for that play. Catch some farm here. And then on my back, I get my ZZ Rot and I get my Mercurial Scimitar. And I build towards Steric's Gauge. Which, to further explain, you go Steric's Gauge if you need more damage, but you also need to survive burst for the shield. And you can use a lifeline passive as well. But personally, I would go Frozen Mallet every time because you get more utility that way. You slow enemies that you auto attack, and you have 700 HP and a little bit more damage to top off for those nice Qs. And you can proc. The thing about building more damage on Darius that's nice is there's a lot more times you can kill someone with your R with 4 stacks than 5. So it's a lot easier to pick up on those kills late. So this way, you do get more damage, but you have a lot more tankiness early game is what I'm looking for. It's a lot more of a reliable build. See here, I just kind of pick up 2 free kills. I do a bunch of damage. Actually, let me rewind a little to show you those the damage I did. Yeah. So I actually didn't get to see that well, but it doesn't matter. Show the damage here. If I go for TF. TF is a little tanky, so it's gonna be a little hard to yeah. I just get out of there. No big deal. And for boots, you usually want to go defensively depending on the matchup. More armor, you go tabbies. More magic damage, you go merc treads. Or more CC, you go merc treads. But yeah, here you can see I died here. That was just straight ending. Alistar saved me and I just went in, gave 900 gold. No good. Continuing. Oh, they were taking Baron. It's wacky. I didn't even know they were taking Baron at this point. That was a really bad call. So we were looking to take Baron anyways, just a pin head. Can't really push anything. Of course, too. I guess she just dies. Guilty of, I guess. Go for the Baron. Now at this point I have Steric's Gauge, so I'm not really worried about fighting anybody. Steric's Gauge procs off of auto attacks, like if someone has Maw and if someone has Maw and they auto attack you or use magic damage, or if someone is fully AD and they use a magic damage ability on you, it'll proc the shield to the same. If someone uses an auto attack on you, it does attack damage. So it'll proc off the shield and you'll get the lifeline passive, which is you gain temporary lifesteal, I believe. Lifeline, upon taking 400 damage, gain a shield. Unlock my triggers going straight to gaining. Oh, it's tenacity now. Okay, well the tenacity is nice. You gain tenacity, so you don't get card control for as long. I just run the old passive. Yeah, just kill that guy. That's about it. But yeah, you want to get, for your last item, you just go last item stuff, you know.
Top of the morning,
Guardian Angel, just whatever you need, you know. Because any of the classic tank items, can I open shop? Oh, I can't open shop. That makes me kind of sad. But you just get whatever tank items you can get, you know. And very important with late game Darius, it's very awkward team fighting because your main priority is to get your 5 stacks on and just murder everything. But getting 5 stacks is pretty difficult. If you're getting kited, field, you can't really engage that well. You know. Oh yeah, and that's just the damage right there. You know, that's exactly what I was talking about. You could do that with Black Cleaver, but not. It's not the same because you can't continue. You know. Like, after you engage someone and kill them with your R, I feel as though that, you know, people go phase rush and ghost because you want to continue that manslaughter. With this build, you don't really need to worry about it because the opportunity just kind of come to you. And at this point, wow, 483 attack damage, 5 stacks, but my normal AD is 303 with red buff and Baron. At 27 minutes, I think that's pretty good. 152 armor and 165 magic resist. It's pretty balanced. Resistances without even building anything else. So yeah, that was my guide on how to play Darius. I hope this build becomes more prevalent because I feel as though the Darius meta should shift up a little bit. I think this will make it nice and fresh, and people will actually learn how to play against Darius because he will be unstoppable with this. So you actually have to figure out, hey, how do I kill this guy instead of just running away from him, but also attacking him or running away, you know? But, I hope you enjoyed my video. stuff in the description. Yeah. Good luck climbing.